Ooh, man, what is going on, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. You know your boy had to go undefeated at the Yu-Gi-Oh day. You know we had to do it. Playing a little Tri-Spright. Honestly, I just wanted to troll. I was like, I got some bulk in my binder and I got these Sprite cards. Like, I like Tri-Brigade when Tri-Brigade was a deck. I heard this kind of works, so I threw some stuff together, tried it out, felt really good. Deck feels like way too good, honestly. And so today we're gonna talk about it today. I'm gonna show you guys my list, give you guys a little theory behind it, what I think I would change, what I wouldn't. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. And we're back, baby. And we're back. Yeah, no, we're playing a clean 40. A couple things I'd complain about, a couple things I'd suggest. But overall, like, the deck feels like if you want more like a budget variant going into like Darkwing Blast format, like a more I guess cheaper than like playing like the Tier Element deck. Like this is probably your guy, honestly. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Starting, Tri-Brigade lineup, very standard: 3 Fractal, 3 Kit, 2 Karas, 3 Nerval, 2 Tenki, Foolish Burial, and Revolt. I mean, there's an argument you could play 3 Karas. I wouldn't cut Nerval because it comes up in the grind game needing like the extra names, the extra recursion, or not recursion, the extra search. It's just, he's too invaluable, and like you'd like to have more BBWs in rotation. Very standard over here. This, I mean, I'll talk about it more at the end, but like you could probably just cut this, honestly. But like that would kind of change like the whole identity of the deck. So, we'll talk about that at the end, but there's like honestly like a good argument to just cut that, because it is very similar to another card in our deck. 2 blue, 3 jet, red, 3 starter, and a smashers. So for these, you could probably play like a 3rd blue. I couldn't find one. This is just what I had laying around, so I just played the 2 blue. I thought it was fine. Almost want to play more. I want to play more red, because I think it's just like better called by the grave. Yeah, we got into me and my friends, we got into like a bit of a discussion about that. I was playing 3 red before. I tried it with 1 red. I finished the same as I was when I was playing 1 red, so here we are. And the Sprite cards, they do kind of conflict with the Tri-Brigade cards in some times, but those times don't really ever matter, so it's not really like a problem. It's never really an issue. They offer you too much consistency for it to be like a worry for you. 3 starter, full combo, and 1 smashers. Smashers is just Tri-Brigade Revolt, but maybe better. It's way less setup. You don't have to worry about having worrying about zone management. It's just, I was playing the Revolt and the smashers because sometimes you want 2 smashers on your field instead of just 1. But honestly, you could maybe, if you want it, you could just cut the Revolt and then just play another smashers. I think that's like totally fine. Yeah, so that's it for like engine, I suppose. The reason I want to play this deck is because I think hand traps are really good right now, so I got to play a lot of hand traps. Or like a lot of hand traps comparatively to like what I would usually play in other decks. 3 Nib, 3 Crow, 3 Mourner, 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Like 15 hand traps felt really nice. Just being able to because nobody's respecting them, for 1, and like for 2, like they're just good. Like they're just good right now. I really liked Mourner. I thought Mourner was better than Veiler because yeah, I guess it's like worse into Fluanderies, but Veiler is also worse into Fluanderies when they shifter you. So I figured I'll just this spot would just be conceding. I'd just be conceding this spot to Fluanderies no matter what. and I'd like to have something better so I can hit something on my turn. So when my opponent goes like Hoffness and then they hit like 3 names and they go full combo on my turn, I still want to be able to hit that stuff. Some people are still summoning Winda on your turn. This, like, you know, I could hit the window with this, so like just so like it gives me more like flexibility. Also, the burn does matter. It does come up. Like, you hit some big things that have, like Kit Kalos. Like, if you hit Kit Kalos with this, and then the Kit Kalos leaves the field, like they're taking 2,300. Like, you can press game very easily after that. Yeah, Nib felt good. Crow felt great. Yeah, no, wouldn't change any of these, honestly. Like, I want to play more hand traps, but this was good. This was really solid. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for the main deck. Real, like, you know, real simple main deck. And, you know, it's Tri-Brigade. It has that very simple game plan that it always has. It's always had. You just like, you just make a revolt and you use your very consistent engine to make a very consistent board. Extra deck, Almirage, Lightheart, Pit Knight, IP, DDL, Bearbrum, 2 Ferjit, 2 Elf, Harris Vulgar, Shureg, Zero Boros, ACT, and Gigantic. Yeah, I can go over these quickly. Almirage, very standard. Lightheart, almost cuttable, but it comes up, like, I've had it come up in very specific situations where you just needed to link climb to get into your plays. So this is kind of important. Pit Knight early, like, almost a terrible card, but like sometimes it's like the best card. So that's why I played the Pit Knight early. It doesn't just proc on like a monster you point to. It's if your opponent, even if your opponent summons something to the zone that it points to, you can still trigger it. That's an interesting interaction that I've had come up that I'd want to mention. IP, usually better than Pit Knight early to make. It's just sometimes you can't make the IP, so you make the early. DDL felt really good. Bearbrum, very obvious, very standard. I don't think I ever used its first effect. 2 Ferjit because you need it. 2 Elf because you need it. Elf's, like, the zone, like the targeting thing is just so crazy in this deck. Like, you know, because your deck just folds to like Imperm Veiler on like your on your Tri-Brigade name. Like, if you go like Kara, Spanish 2, like, having it under an Elf just makes it feel so secure, so safe. It's just, this card's so crazy for this deck. Harris Vulgar, maybe the best card in the extra deck, honestly. Like, I've used its effect so much. It's always on, like, it almost always feels like it's on 4,800 as well, because it doubles its attack if your opponent has no monsters in the graveyard. So I felt like I was doing that a lot against like the runic decks and stuff. So that felt really, really good. Being able to spin back, quick effect spin back like a Tralment name, or like spin back whatever like their opponent's elf is targeting. Really, really good. Nobody expects this card. Also, just like I said, 4,800 pushes for game very easily, and also it's like our way to climb into like access code or something. Yeah, I would not play Rugal. I think Rugal's like the worst card ever. So don't play Rugal, play this. Shureg. He's Shureg, very obvious. Play Zero Boros, because, like, you know, sometimes we go like Elf IP and we make the Zero Boros and we just win against back row decks. Sometimes against front row decks you make it too, but like not usually. Access Code Talker, just for like pushing for game, clearing boards, and Gigantic Sprite because it's necessary for combo. Yeah. Wouldn't really change much. Like, maybe you could play like a second Gigantic Sprite. That could come up, but like there isn't really anything I'd want to cut. That's the problem. Like, everything felt like really good. Yeah, and then side deck real quick. You know, side decks change event to event, whatever you're playing. Depends on your ecosystem that you play in. So never really like a card for card kind of thing, but yeah, here we go. Yeah, 3 Alpha. Alpha felt really good going second. Played it because it was a beast, so it's like a BBW for my Tri-Brigades. The Resonator, yeah. Thankfully it never came up. 3 Evenly feels too crazy because Tralment doesn't put up a negate. 3 Cosmic Cyclone just for like back row. Like, Evenly also hits back row, which is really nice. Like, this is really good against like Eldritch decks. And then 3 D Barrier, 2 Trap Trick. Just wanted like, a lot of decks have like an FTK, I suppose, like they like, you know, like they'll make a spell canceller or they'll eradicator you or whatever. So like I wanted us to have like an option to like FTK, so you can just like I want to play 5 copies of D barrier just so I could always see D barrier. Yeah, no, overall wouldn't really change anything. Really like the side deck. Feel like I had everything I wanted. Maybe siding like Bell or like just another way to hit 2 element would have been better, because this is like okay against 2 element. But yeah, overall that's the deck. Really like the deck. Yeah, I think Revolt is just smashers. It's just harder to get 2 smashers, but sometimes you want 2 smashers on your end board. That's why you play the Revolt. But like I was siding out of Revolt a lot, but I never sided out of smashers because smashers just felt better. Yeah, I know, kind of crazy to think like, you know, Tri-Brigade deck cutting Revolt, but like honestly, not the craziest idea. Went undefeated. In the last round of the event, my camera disconnected. This was a remote duel Yu-Gi-Oh day. My camera disconnected in the last round. I couldn't get it to reconnect, so I got disqualified. So really every game I played, I was undefeated. I played round 1 was the mirror, surprisingly. Round 2 was against Libromancer Dogmatica. Round 3 was against Tearlament. Round 4 was Tearlament. And then round 5, my camera disconnected. But yeah, no, like, I really can't complain about the deck at all. Really liked it. Really liked it. I highly recommend anybody, if you want to play something competitive that is very much cheaper than the rest of them, I'd 100,000% recommend this. Blues are nothing compared to Pearl Rhinos, and blue's like the only expensive card in here. I guess Elf's kind of trekking up there, but I mean, what isn't trekking up there these days? It's still like, you know, you're still getting what, like, what do I play? I play 2 blues, 2 Elf. You can still get 2 blues, 2 Elf for the same price as like a Pearl Rhino. So yeah, like this is very much competitive. I played this at locals the other day. Second place at locals because time, second place at locals because they weren't telling us the time. Like they just walked into the room like, okay, that's time in the round. And I was like, well, and my opponent had like nothing. So again, that was undefeated as well, but we gotta love time. Well, yeah, no, that's the build. That's everything I wanted to cover. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope you guys try it out. Let me know how you feel. What like you change ratio wise. You should definitely play a 3rd blue if you have it, but like as you can see, 2 blue totally fine. I've had no problems with 2 blue in the last couple tournaments. So yeah, you guys take care. Love you guys. Let me know down below how you feel about it and what you guys want to see next. And are you guys excited for Darkwing Blast? Like, you know, big shift. Everybody's gonna be playing like 8 copies of DD Crow, the Shotri-La, Fenrir. A lot of interesting stuff. Well, without further ado, you guys take her easy. Love y'all. Deuces.